Welcome everyone to day one of the TXG circuit in April. We're kicking things off with a brand new bracket, fresh teams, and a full day of high pressure Valorant, where every match matters right from the start. And this is where runs begin, right? This is where momentum is built and where teams either make a statement early or find themselves chasing the rest of the day. And on the mic today, I'm Void, casting for tonight, joined by my co-caster Fast. How are you feeling tonight?
Feeling great. I wasn't here for the starter of last month's TXG, but I was here for the first two. I don't know, first one for sure. It was a great time. Had a fun time with Bingwin, who's actually playing today, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I mean, to open things up, right, we've got Horizon versus Forever in a best of one, and that format alone, right, changes a lot. I mean, there's no second map to adjust, no time to feel things out. You either show up ready from pistol round or you're immediately on the back foot. Momentum builds up fast, mistakes are punished instantly, and confidence can snowball before you even realize it. And you mentioned that you casted for 2 of TXG circuits. Talk to me about those experiences. Like, what should we be expecting today in this opening match?
I mean, I've done the openings, so BO1s are kind of my kind of speed. But yeah, and a lot of the BO1s, it's kind of momentum off the pistol. You want to start really strong. If you have a strong pistol, a strong second round, you go into kind of the rest of the map with a good mindset. So it's starting off strong, and in these initial matchups, you don't really know anything about your opponents. You don't know how your team's feeling for the tournament. So there's a bit of nerves, a bit of antsy feelings, and so a bunch of mistakes at the start. But teams get into it quite quick. So I think it's just looking for kind of who can start off the strongest, who can start with the momentum and then carry it on throughout the rest of the map.
Yeah, I mean, looking at this matchup, right? I mean, both teams have opted into a very specific style through the veto, right? We have Horizon banning Split, Bind, and Pearl, while Forever removed that Fracture, Lotus, and Haven, which leaves us with Breeze as the final map, and Horizon choosing to start on the defense. That veto tells us a lot, right? We have both teams have deliberately avoiding, those tighter, utility-heavy maps, and, instead forced this series onto one of the most aim-dependent maps in the pool, right? Breeze is all about those long sight lines, positioning, and clean mechanics. There's very little room to hide behind that utility. So if your aim isn't on point, you are going to get punished. So Fast, talking about Breeze, what agent comps could we be expecting from these teams?
I mean, you're always expecting like the Viper, CK Smokes could be Astra. Maybe we see a mix being pulled out. I doubt it though. But probably Viper Astra are like two very definite kind of locks for this map. If we're looking at Sentis, we could be seeing like a Chamber or no Senti being played. For Duelist, Neon, I mean, if anybody's watched anything Valorant recently, Neon is just incredibly strong. So expecting a Neon, maybe Neon Wele, or or it's like just a solo Neon. And then Innies can be kind of a wide range. I mean, I've seen a lot of Innies being played, but the most common ones usually it's solo. So it can be a kind of a wide range of comps, but I'm usually expecting on kind of this map, the Viper just to cut the like map, because it's quite a large map, like you said, just to cut the map into segments, and then the Astra to cover the rest of the map, and then you're expecting to see like a Neon to cover a lot of space. And then the Sova that also gets a lot of value off the dart and the drone because of it. So those are the four agents I see going into.
Yeah, for sure. I think I agree as well. In terms of what to expect from agents here, Breeze usually leans into a very strong controller presence for those site takes and retakes. So definitely Viper for that core pick, supported by initiators that can gather info across those long lanes, duelists who can take those aggressive fights and create those openings in those wide spaces. This is a map that really shows where individuals can really take over, but only if the team structure really supports those fights. But I think starting on defense, Horizon will be looking to take early control of those long angles, potentially lean into the operator pressure, which is always exciting, and force Forever to prove whether or not they can execute onto sites cleanly without losing those numbers early. And you have on the other side, Forever on attack, they need to be disciplined, with the spacing, trading, and information are basically everything on a map like this, right? And you really can't afford those sloppy entries, but you also can't play too slow and give up that map control entirely. Are you rooting for any team in particular, or any expectations here? Sweep, tie game? What are you thinking?
I mean, from my experience, this Horizon team's quite a good team. I've coached a few of the players, and I've talked to I've even played with a few. Like they're good players. I don't know much about Forever, so maybe it's just personal bias, but I do think this Horizon team is very strong, and they're going to do good in this TXG tournament. And this is a good chance for Forever to kind of prove themselves against a good disciplined team. And it's really up to them to kind of decide it on a pistol. Like a pistol makes and breaks like a map. So I think as good as they are, at best of one, anything can happen. If they ever come out here and they start off really strong, like I said, they could run away with this map. Even though I think Horizon are favorites to take this, anything can happen.
So I'm hearing you're a little bias on the Horizon scene.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm mates with a few of them, so I kind of have to.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Tell me, who is on the team of Horizon? Who to look out for, who you expect to shine the most, on the team of Horizon.
I mean, I don't want to put up any pressure on anybody. I know Thors is probably gonna bot out because he's my best friend, so I want him to do bad so I can make fun of him. But
okay.
I'm expecting Exy to do good. Deathblade's been an aimer for his whole career. Cairo on this on a more Senti role, he's been incredibly good at fragging and getting into space. So I'm expecting Exy and Cairo to be kind of X factor. Exy, Cairo, Deathblade to be kind of X factors in the fragging space.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I think what we're expecting here, in Breeze as well, both Horizon and Forever being relatively good teams. So, I think expecting very like aim heavy, discipline driven like opener, especially, early rounds are definitely going to matter massively, pistols especially as well, because once, one team gets ahead on Breeze, it becomes very, very hard to reset against long range control and especially operator pressure. We might even see some chamber going on here, which, with the tour de force, really, really hard to beat as well. I mean, we have Cairo, and Cairo on the chamber is absolutely monstrous. So
yeah. I mean, it's his comfort role. He's been on this chamber for quite a while now, chamber vice, and it looks like it will be on the chamber. I mean, they have two very good opping agents available. They have Deathblade, who's able to get off the op. I mean, even Neon can op, but preferably that jet or that chamber. So they have two threats that can pretty easily juggle themselves kind of around the map, which makes it hard for the squad of Forever to kind of break those lines. But I mean, if we look at Forever's comp, they also have a lot to counter. I mean, they have the ISO, which is a pretty interesting pick into this map. I think kind of matches with the Neon a bit of a slower pace. They also have the Harbor that's good at breaking those sight lines. So they have a lot to counter this Horizon comp, especially if Cairo is getting on the op or on the Outlaw lines early. They can really push him off and make him uncomfortable to take those early fights.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, like we mentioned, Hava is absolutely zoomed in there like crazy. But again, yeah, we've actually opting for the Harbor instead of the Viper is quite interesting. I mean, instead of the rechargeable, like toxins here for on the side of Viper, you have the Harbor, which recently had a rework, not too recently, but honestly, I think Harbor's a lot stronger than he was before. So I'm pretty excited to see how that plays out. But everything is set. Horizon on defense, Forever on attack. Breeze as the battleground. So best of one pressure fully in effect, and day one of the TXG circuit, officially underway. So one map, one chance, and one winner moves forward, and it starts right now. I'm pretty excited. So let's get straight into it. Looks like we're opting in here for a very, very heavy A push. I mean, here we go. Already A Preggy opening up with a 2K. It's cute Penguin and Stylist. Yeah, this is not looking too good here for the side of Forever. I mean, already down 2 players. That's a 45 situation.
Spike planted.
Already getting spiked down there. Stuck in the cove here. Looks like Thor's. He's gonna have to fight here. They're gonna break that cove, and yeah, Dara, they're gonna be able to take out Deathblade, but that does get traded up by Thor. Trade for trade. He left it in a 1v2 situation. Yeah, Horizon just absolutely shut that down. Kyra again with the Headhunter. Just absolute monster.
He's good with that Deagle. He's very good with that Deagle. Ixie also able to find that mid lurk. That late mid lurk by the Astra. He's looking over his body right now. Excuse me, the teddy bear hitting the emote. But I think what's going to be really important for these guys at Fairba is not to rush that. I think more playing to Horizon's strength is really them rushing their XX and getting into their faces early, because it enables Horizons to get comfortable into those lines and just hold. I mean, all they had to do was to bring in the line. He got his two.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at this replay, I mean, again, both teams very, very aggressive on both sides, but we're definitely looking like we're opting in for a very heavy 5-man push here onto the side of B. Yep. Having that wall come straight out. So Xe is going to have quite a tough battle here. I mean, it's only him and Kyra fending this off. Looks like we're opting in for a retake, which I think is the smartest idea in this situation. But it looks like we're heading in pretty aggressive here. Thor's gonna use that relay ball, but gonna get relay ball himself. Deathblade immediately gonna take out that harbor there. Kyra taking up an Xe. He's gonna make up for that with a 3K through the wall. Cute Penguin all left up to him, and Preggy just gonna take him out. I mean, with the gun advantage, there's not much you can do there on the side of Forever, so it's gonna be 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, good retake, good solid retake. They had bit of guns, and they did what they should do. They ran them down, didn't give them an opportunity to get good post-spawn positions. Ixie, amazing 3K, just swung back sight into 3 of them. None of them seemed to be holding him. And this is what he'll do kind of all this whole map. He's really good at finding his timing and getting those picks, those crucial picks, just to win of those rounds. So Forever, they really need to shut him down. If he's playing on site, maybe look to extend a little bit further just to punish him.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree there with you. Again, it looks like opting in for a B-sided push here, playing it a little bit slower than we did before. Gonna get smoked off there. Kyra, yep, isolating that. Gonna get 1 and 2 on the cute Penguin there. Yeah, looks like we're a little bit hesitant to keep pushing that, and I think that is a smart idea, especially while the poison orb there is online. But Kyra, you know, with Outlaw in hand, this could look very dangerous here for Forever. Looks like we're a little bit stuck in that corner. Cove is gonna come out, hopefully for a safe getaway, but looks like we're still challenging Kyra here with the Outlaw. Kyra is still playing it safe, not giving any openings here unless necessary. Deathblade looks like he's having a little bit of an altercation himself. Does miss that first shot, that second as well. And not quite being able to hit any shot so far. Looks like we might consider rotating here, at least towards mid, but they're gonna run into a Preggy
30
with
seconds left.
Guardian, and yep,
Spike
headshot
down,
straight
mid.
onto Poet's head. Gets another and 3. I mean, a Preggy absolutely unstoppable, right? Rise in their 3rd round in a row.
Really good stuff. I mean, one of the problems they're gonna face is if they don't take enough map control, they're just gonna get surrounded. I mean, it's really unfortunate you're heading into a Kyra site when he is an Outlaw and it's Deagle, but I mean, you need to establish some map control before just slamming into these XX. Like I said, these guys are going to be ready. I mean, look at their setup. They have 3 or 2 readily available to just stop these site hits, stop the mid hits. So you really have to be proactive in taking more space in the mid round.
Yeah, and I mean, as you just mentioned, we are taking some space here on the side of mid this time, so we are opting in for a different approach. I mean, Horizon's already ventured all the way into a main there, so they know for sure there's not gonna be anyone there. So yeah, looks like Xe definitely on alert here that there is some presence in the side of tunnel. But we're all the way up into CT now. Yeah, and it looks like Caden definitely gonna see Horizon there. venturing all the way. I mean, just look at the amount of map control that Horizon has here. It looks like Forever is in a little bit of a snare trap. You know, one wrong step and it will close in on them. XD gonna get caught out by that owl drone, but Q Penguin on the other side of the map takes out Deathblade, so that is an opening for them. Surge is gonna be used. Their Thor's gonna get taken out though on the other side by Gmo. Karo getting another kill. A 4v3 situation. XD taking out Stylist. 3v3. I mean, still could go either way. Hey, Preggy, you might need to watch your back there. Yeah, one wrong move and you're gonna get taken out. Yeah, Gmo also getting another kill there. Cairo gonna be able to close that one out, but left in a 2v2 situation. Nebula gonna run out in a second, but Cairo with a 4K. What an absolute monster. That's another round for Horizon. I mean, 4 rounds in a row. This isn't looking too good for Forever here.
Yeah, and they're going to get the op online now. I guarantee Kairo's going to be dropping that gun to whoever's in spawn and hopefully getting that op online. Maybe not. Maybe I'm a complete liar.
I mean, maybe.
Oh no, they're getting it on Deathblade. I'm sorry. Completely wrong guy. But that was a really good round. I mean, for Forever, they're on an eco. They get it down to a 1v2 or a 2v2. That's a really good round. They did it through controlling mid, playing really slow, and just getting into their spots. That's all you have to do if you're Forever. It's going to be a bit more difficult now that Deathblade has the op online.
100%. I mean, Deathblade with the op online. I mean, one wrong movement and you're going to be shot straight through the body there. And you're not even going to get a chance to say goodbye, Deathblade. We do have kill contract coming out there though on the side of Q Penguin, but Aprey gonna shut that down. Thor's as well taking out Dara. Go. Definitely not looking good for Forever here. But you know, it could still go either way. I mean, we've seen people come back from worse. Yeah, it looks like we're definitely pivoting over to the side of B there. You know, A didn't quite work out. So I'm going to try a different approach, but Xe is going to be here, ready to fend off any enemies. Yeah, poison orb. Oh no, we're going to be sitting into this orb. And I think even Forever there is a little bit weary that there might be something menacing in this poison orb. Yeah, we do have that snake bite. Not quite getting anyone there. The relay bolts coming out from everyone. Fast lane. He is concussed and is going to get taken out. So is Thor's. Left in a 3v3 situation. Suddenly, it's even and still could go either way. Hunter's Fury coming out here. Not going to be able to hit anyone there, though. Oh, it does. Takes out Poet.
10 seconds left.
Planting. 10 seconds left. We are going to get the spike down, though. Left in a 2v3 situation.
Covering it.
So he's still pretty rough here. Hayden, Gmo, they're gonna have to work really well together, and that is not what they're gonna do. Karo, Deathblade, their teamwork just absolutely unbeatable there. 5th round in a row for Horizon. I mean, boss, this is not looking good.
I mean, I'm glad I was right with my guess. I didn't think it would be this dominant. These guys are a good team. They've got up online, timeout coming out. It makes sense. They've gotten into some nice rounds like recently. These last 2 rounds have come down to slightly awkward retakes. I just wish they got into these fights maybe a little bit earlier, because they lost that kill contract, which should have been a win for them. They should have gotten that. But the guy dying solo in mid is not a pick that you want to lose. You never want to lose a guy lurking through mid for that mid pick. And I think, was it the Harbor? I'm pretty sure it was the Harbor lurking through mid. Getting picked off by Thor's. Just open up the map so that Cobra could rotate pretty easily, because they weren't scared of mid. So I think just making sure when you're Forever playing disciplined on those kind of weak side lurks, if you're going for a punish on the kill contract. If they're gonna ult towards mid, obviously Cobra's gonna come and try and reinforce that body. So just trying to play a little bit safer and play out.
Yeah, for sure. But do you think that this is Horizon sort of reading them perfectly, or Forever just not really being able to find any rhythm on Breeze?
I mean, Horizon's obviously playing really well. They have really good walks. I mean, they've done 3-man walks down A main and gotten a lot of space. They've had a lot of really good reads. They're also here to beat every single side hit that Forever want to do. It's not just where we're missing it. Horizon's playing really well.
Absolutely. I mean, 5-0 Horizon, so Forever is gonna have to take this back. I mean, Breeze is slipping away early. Definitely gonna miss that crucial shot there. That double tap though is gonna get taken away from Team Penguin there. Still have a chance. Spike going down here from Poet.
Planted.
Preggy trying to get this info with the out drone, and that is exactly what he is going to get lighting up. And we do have this tidal wave coming out here from the side of Dara. Also, he's going to take it down. So is Exi. So is Cairo. It's all about the Deathblade here. This could be Forever's first round. That's exactly what it's going to be. Forever finally getting one on the ball. I mean, maybe that timeout really clicked there for something. This is looking pretty good there. I mean, that was a pretty clean round.
I mean, put them off the main line. They got them off the main line, and then they just took sight and they held on to it quite well. I mean, that's all you want. That's all you want. And they managed to save the server ult. They didn't have to invest the server ult. Only invest in the hub ult there. They keep the Astra ult, and they keep the server ult into this round. The Neon ult is always something that you can kind of use anywhere. But those two huge ults could be really important in securing this in the next round, possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we have the Tour de Force being procced there. Hi, Cairo. Yeah, we do have overdrive. We need to watch our corners. Deathblade taking that overdrive straight to their grave. It looks like trying to find Deathblade, and that's exactly what he's gonna find. Deathblade gonna meet his demise there. Still in a 4v4 situation. Still alive. Still anyone's game. Look at this. I mean, we're looking like we're still trying to hit A here. I mean, it is working. Xe is gonna ult back into defending B. Clove being sent out all the way up the top mid there. So, I mean, that is pretty suspicious for Horizon, so they might keep 2 on the side of B. So A's defense looking very spread thin there, but, you know, Preggy still holding here on the side of Pyramid. Ooh, yeah, I mean, stars being placed down.
30 seconds left.
Yep, especially with that Cosmic Divide, that is definitely going to be the giveaway there for the side of Horizon. That Forever definitely gonna opt in here. Break into Cairo getting taken on the other side in a 2v3 situation. Off the Dara and Caden. 10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
Getting rocked here. Taking Preggy. Still stuck in this. Doors.
One enemy remaining.
He's gonna get caught out there, but Xe gonna get that trade. Left in a 1v1 situation. Caden, Xe. Both on full HP. Xe is just gonna out aim there from Caden. That's unfortunate. Putting that 1 round streak there for Forever to an end.
Indeed, decent round plan, but really good read from Horizon at the start of the round. They had 3 there ready to greet that. They baited the Deathblade to sit in the corner, and they got rid of the Neon ult. That was really huge from Deathblade to get rid of that Neon ult. That could have gone on a tear on the side. I mean, Bulls was running away, but Preggy could have been caught by it, and they could have really snowballed that round from there. So Deathblade able to find that pick, and then Preggy and Thor's just playing off each other really well on site, being able to delay and get it down to that 1v1. Xe's execution is just beautiful though.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking like a very, very big split push here. Just having Caden on the lurk. I mean, having 2 controllers, I mean, this is what it's good for. You can have one of them on the lurk without risking anything. We do have that high tide there, but kill contract being used here by Team Penguin, but this time coming out on the top. Preggy gonna get taken out there, but Dara as well. Still take by trade in a 3v4 situation. I mean, Horizon being down in numbers isn't looking too good here on the side of defense. But there we go, we have Xe making it even. Cairo making it even better. Now they're on the advantage. especially with Demo here. I mean, with the
Player
1
standing.
HP overdrive from Thor, that isn't
I
going
need
to be
us
very
pulling them
easy
in.
there, especially with the Viper's hits. All of Caden. Post-my situation. I mean, they know likely where he's gonna be, and Thor's just gonna immediately take him out. Not even a struggle there looking from Horizon. I mean, Horizon making this look really easy.
Yeah, I mean they're quite good on their retakes. Kairo's on the op now. He's a really strong upper. I'm surprised they didn't chuck him on the op immediately. Maybe they just wanted to. They've done a bunch of practice with Deathblade on the op. I don't know. This guy on the op though is very good. He is quite scary if you're on the other team. And they just suffocate them on the retake. That was really good stuff. They didn't let them take that extra space. They immediately cut it off from the harbor. As soon as the harbor went down, fights came in. That was really good on the side of Horizon.
Yeah. Still, yeah, I mean, a very, very big mid push here. Deathblade getting one before getting taken out himself. So, I mean, Gmo gonna get taken out, but Deathblade, I mean, getting traded out. Don't know if that was exactly worth it there. I mean, we did have Bladestorm online as well, so that's one ult there being taken out of the equation. Yeah, looks like we might be heading towards A here. Just having that wall up there. Maybe just baiting for some util, and that they did. I mean, Aldrin was used. We're just funneling here into A main, but I mean, Thor's going on a little bit of an adventure here. I mean, they don't exactly have a sentinel, so no one to watch flank but themselves. A Preggy gonna get caught out here by that Aldrin, so it might be a little bit of a distraction. I mean, high tide here blocking everything, so not much information. But look at where Thor's is. I mean, all up behind here. This could be very, very bad for Caden. Yeah, I mean, we do also have Reckoning coming out from Dara as well. I don't think that quite got anyone though. Thor's still holding here. Oh yeah, oh, Thor's gonna get taken out, but so is Exy. So 2v4 situation. Poet is very, very low, but A Preggy, you know, being the last one left. Here, Penguin being able to pull out a 4K to take out this second round. I mean, finally doubling our rounds here with the side of Forever. 7-2. I mean, what do you think worked out there for Forever?
I mean, good fights. I think they're really comfortable on this A post front. I mean, other than that one time where they kind of got caught a bit asleep, they've been comfortable getting onto A. I think there's going to be a bit of an adjustment for Horizon, putting back to putting 3 towards here, but I still think if they get this ISO ult online, this is the second, I think the third ISO ult he's had this half.
Yeah.
It definitely makes something happen.
Yeah, he's 1 for, he's 1 for 2, so it could go both ways. I'm pretty sure A Preggy got taken twice with those kill contracts, you know. One coming out the other side, not quite though. Thor's taking out Gmo, but gets traded out immediately there by Poet. So still even, 4 on each side. Could be anyone's game. I mean, just the amount of map control here, just for the side of Horizon. We have Exy here tucked all the way into B main under window. I mean, Forever might be able to catch him out, depending on what angle. Oh, no, it looks like we won't get that altercation just yet. I mean, we are pretty close. I mean, look at this. So close yet so far.
No.
Oh my gosh. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, this is not looking too good. If only, I mean, Exy that with the 3K. If only Caden cleared that. I mean, his team might still be standing, but unfortunately, overlooked that. All left up to Caden here, and just from another flank, Cairo taking him out. I mean, that was just brutal from the side of Horizon. 8-2 now. Lost. This is looking like a really big sweep.
Yeah, what a really good read from Exy. I think maybe Horizon's called that they've grouped us 4 or 5 on every single time they've gone to take something. And so Exy sees there's nothing really to being pushed or lurked towards B main. Why don't I just walk up it? And he does, and he gets a lot of value from it. A 3K.
Yeah, especially gambling on the fact that, you know, Forever wouldn't re-clear under window there. I mean, it could have been really bad, but, you know, high risk, high reward. So it looks like, again, we're going for a B push here. Looks like we've taking out Cairo, gets traded out immediately. Though fast lane there for Thors, so able to get out pretty quickly. Cute Penguin once again kills Contract. Will he come out on top this time? No, he does not. He is 1 for 3. Exy taking him out. Deathblade taking out another. I mean, this is just looking like an absolute massacre here for forever. I mean, all left up to Caden. And is going to get taken out. I mean, only a sheriff in hand, so can't really do much there. And Thor's putting an end to that round.
Round
Giving
in the
Horizon
half.
their 9th round. This is looking really rough here, Fast.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Like if I was forever here, I mean maybe just hope that A works again, or maybe we do something through mid, because B does not seem to be the answer. I mean, did you see that flood? They had 3 immediately ready as soon as Ixie was out of the ISO ult. They had 3 fighting immediately. Ixie comes out, they had 4.
Yeah, I mean, just 1 round left in this half, and we still can't get a proper buy online. We have 4 sheriffs and 1 stinger. I mean, everyone does have full shields, so I mean, as long as they hit those head taps, I mean, still could be absolutely doable. Not from this far, though. Hey, Preggy taking out Poet.
Take flight.
Do have the shock darts. Not quite able to get anyone there, though. Still, I mean, we do a little bit of info. Thor's here out with the overdrive. Not sure if they're going to be able to get any value off of this. Maybe just a little bit of intimidation. Yeah, it looks like it's going to immediately run out. I mean, they still have Dara and Jimmo all the way into mid. Just Jimmo now. I mean, 2 getting taken out right from the bat. Hey, Greggy, though, is going to get taken out there by Jimmo. Okay, both electric slides being used. Relay bolt online. Getting 1 on Deathblade. Just not quite enough force there. I mean, saw that coming with the shorty right to his face. Deathblade getting a little bit of love there from his teammates. Now 10 to 2. I mean, 3 away from taking this map. This is not looking good, man.
I mean, what a dominant half. I don't really have much else to say. They played it really well. They always had the right read. There they had an insert A main, so that when the 2 fought mid, they couldn't be flanked. And then as soon as that guy was top mid, Deathblade went immediately to re-clearing him. Really good stuff from the side of Horizon. This is, like I said, a really good team, and they're expecting to make a run here. However, they have to have a really good pistol, and it does not look like they have the right read right now.
Yeah, does not. I mean, they took that 50-50 gamble, and they've absolutely missed. I mean, we have everyone funneling in there into the map. On the side of B here. I mean, this is going to be a really, really big retake, but look at everyone funneling into flank, and Cairo looks like he's read this perfectly. Gets 1, does get taken out though. Dog getting that trade is pretty big with Deathblade venturing all the way into CT, taking out Caden. I mean, look at this heavy retake here. Cross cut, not quite. Penguin again taking player standing. This is just a massacre. I mean, Poet left on 1 HP. Boss, I'm out of here. This is not looking good. This is just a power play coming from Horizon.
Yeah, I mean,
very much a sweep here.
If whoever they made the best out of a wrong read. I mean, they had a really nice flank. They got shot in the head though. There's not much you can do when like everybody on the other team is able to shoot so well. Like every one of those players is just good mechanically. Like, there's no weak point, and so they're able to play off each other, trust each other, trade off each other so well.
Yeah, I mean that I agree with. I mean, there's a reason why these 5 players are big names in the OCE community. All being very strong players. Looks like we're venturing a little bit up here onto mid top. I mean, surely Forever has to hear all this noise. Cairo taking out Dara immediately. Jimmo going down as well. Silence though, getting 2 before Deathblade takes him out. So it is a 3v2. Still winnable. I mean, they do have the guns for it. Deathblade getting chipped a little bit there off his HP. Left on 85, and Cairo not looking too healthy himself either. Caden and Q Penguin though, full HP, so I think still could go either way. Getting that orb there, farming for that Blade Storm, getting that plant down to 45 seconds on the clock. So now time is on their side.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, I mean Q Penguin there peeking into 3 people, not the smartest idea. Gonna get taken out. Oh, that's Kaden once again. Ooh, with the cover there, does miss that shot. Gets taken out, 60 HP. Kaden, you might want to look behind you there. Yeah, I mean Deathblade is gonna take him out immediately. 3K. Match point. I mean 12 to 2. This is looking pretty rough. I mean we're gonna need some sort of miracle here for Forever to even have a chance.
Yeah, I mean if we're looking like towards the frags as well, it's not like it's just one player dominating. However, every single player is double digits, and they're all within 2 kills of each other. Like there's no player that's just completely dominating, and if you're playing against a team like that, it kind of just feels inevitable that you're gonna lose. All of them are performing so well.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking really rough. I won't lie. We do have that undercut there coming. Okay, we do have that surge there hitting Thor's. Is it gonna be enough? Absolutely not. Deathblade blocking that Blade Storm. I mean, Thor's a Preggy as well. Getting one of their own. Oh my god! Oh, what a shot from though. 3v2 situation. I'm not gonna carry that luck to that next kill. Lexi taking Pollard out again. Left up to Kaden and immediately shuts down. I mean, that's it. Horizon completely dominate Breeze. I mean, what a clean finish. 13 to 2 in the opening match of TXG Circuit goes their way. I mean, what total control. Foster, what did you think about that match?
I mean, I can't really say much. The map was over in like 30 minutes. Like, I'm meant to be like analyzing stuff. There's not much to analyze when like a team's just dominating like that. I mean, they were shooting well. They made the right reads and they won 13-2. Like, what else can I say? It's really unlucky for Forever. That's your first matchup of this tournament. I think that's their first time in TXG. I'm hoping they make a lower bracket run. They had some good ideas there. Couldn't execute against a very good retake, and it's just unlucky. I mean, they played all right. It's just the other team just played way better.
Yeah, what are these stats telling us? We have XE with a 275 ACS there, going 15-8 with Thor's following very closely behind, 14-9, 257 ACS. I mean, we're basically split half and half here, with the exception of Q Penguin. But yeah, this is looking pretty rough. But what do you think worked there for Forever? I mean, to get those 2 rounds from this matchup.
I mean, at least they got 2. By the way, like if Horizon were playing, I think they'll be pretty happy with 2 on that attack half. They played on those 2 rounds. They played pretty disciplined. They took the space quite slowly, and then they played their retake aggressively and stopped Horizon from getting that kind of early momentum, getting those early picks, and that really stopped Horizon from being able to do anything. They were kind of stopped in their tracks because they didn't have the ability to kind of penetrate into anywhere. One of those rounds was, I think, Neon killed one through smoke, and then they were able to kind of snowball off that. Round 9 was the other round they won. They were able to get a good trade towards mid, and they were just able to win out the post by holding kind of strong positions on site. And it was also a 4K from the ISO, so that helps. But I think for Forever, it's really just focusing on that discipline and playing the map slow. If you're going to be playing in ISO Harbor, you have to play around with the map. You can't just force your way into site, because if they kill your Neon, you don't have a follow-up, right?
Yeah.
You kill the Neon, they can punish you so easily, and you can't really re-go into places because your wall takes a while to recharge. In fact, you don't get your wall back, so your smokes takes a while to recharge, and you lose your wall. So making sure that you have really good execs and you get into the proper positioning to exec is really important when you're running a harbor and when you're running the ISO.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking at like a flawless domination basically from Horizon. I mean, you have that early round control and defense. There's clean first contact wins. I mean, that chamber, the jet, constantly finding that value. I mean, it's Deathblade and Cairo. what can you really do in that situation? Like, zero panic even when Forever tried to slow things down. But, every adjustment Forever made, Horizon just had an answer ready. And Forever, I mean, this is going to sting, right? I mean, they never really got into the game. And, Horizon definitely did not let them. I mean, what a rough opening match for Forever there. 13-2 is as one-sided as it gets at this level. So, Horizon, start of day one, off TXG circuit, but with a dominant statement win there, setting a message to basically the rest of that bracket, taking that opening match, and they do it in a very, very convincing fashion. But, we're going to move on from a dominant opener there, and now we're going to reset for, what is coming up later at TXG circuit. I mean, we have Solar X versus, we don't know just yet. I mean, we do know that it is Group C lower bracket, best of one. Things do start to get serious, but what are you expecting there from that round?
I mean, I've cast I think 2 elimination games, so I don't have a big range of experience, but I've been in a few elimination games, and it can feel like a bit stressful at the start and at the end. I think those are the two main things. When you're in the game and you're playing through it, it's alright. It's really at the end where you start to feel it, and also when you're getting into the game where you kind of feel it. So it's just making sure that stress doesn't get to them. They play through it well, and they just enjoy their time out there. Because I mean, let's be honest, it's not every day that we get this many tournaments, this many games happening in OC. I know last year I was like sitting on my ass like matchless for like months. So these guys got to enjoy the matches they have, and just play out there. They really show what they can do, and just look to win, but also look to have fun.
Yeah, I mean, of course. I mean, what we just saw from that, best of one. I mean, we might see the same thing in this next match. Where momentum swings happen very fast. Early leads can disappear absolutely instantly, and confidence becomes just as important as mechanics. And you cannot afford a slow start here. But of course, I'm still Roy. Casting for tonight alongside Fast, and we're staying right here with you through every clutch, every swing round, and every elimination moment. But we're gonna take a break before we get into the next matchup. Group C lower bracket best of one. So one team stays alive and one team fortunately goes home, there being elimination match. So refill your drinks, get some snacks, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back for this Group C lower bracket elimination. I mean, best of one, meaning it is simple. Win and survive and lose, you're out of the TXG circuit. I mean, this is where the pressure really starts to hit the ceiling. And of course, I'm still void casting for tonight alongside Fast, and we are locked in for every round of this elimination showdown. I mean, we've seen dominance today. We may see a comeback, but now we will definitely see survival. Fast, how are you feeling about this matchup? I mean, Sin Devotion versus Solar X.
Yeah, good matchup. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I don't recognize a lot of the names. A few that I've kind of spotted out. Archetype, Gamonet, Maxi, some of the names that I know. I think this is gonna be a close one from what I've heard. These are two teams similar in kind of skill level. Unfortunately, the matches up in the upper bracket, but here ready to duke it out for a chance to continue forwards into day 2 and potentially qualify for playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, elimination context, right? I mean, this is the most dangerous format in the tournament right now. No series buffer, no adaptation time, and no we will fix it next map, mentality. This is pure survival Valorant. And for Sin, Devotion, and Solar X, this isn't really just about winning a game, it's about staying in the tournament. It's about proving that you belong in playoff level pressure, and it's about holding nerve when every round feels heavier than the last. Best of one elimination games are where teams either become legends or disappear. And in a matchup like this, especially under elimination pressure, I'm expecting some aggressive early round plays to try and seize that momentum, expecting pistol rounds to be absolutely massive, and expect teams, to tighten up quickly if things start going wrong. And, with the map veto locked in for this bracket elimination, I mean, we have Lotus, right? OCE's favorite map. I mean, we've casted this time and time again with Synthesia. Devotion starting on defense. Fast, help me break it down here. Like, what do we expect to be seeing in Lotus?
I mean, most people know from Lotus there's the A fight. There's a lot of stuff with Tree being really important. But one thing to note, this is played on new Lotus. There's a lot of changes that have happened to the A side on Lotus. So there's a lot of adaptations that teams are going to have to make. So we might be seeing Viperless comps potentially. We might be seeing adaptations to the double duelists like the Neon Rays. And focused on playing the Vice instead of the Viper, just because the A control isn't as important anymore. So a bit of adaptations to be had. We'll see how these two comps play into this new Lotus, but I think this is true for new Lotus as well as it was for old Lotus. It's a big map, so the rotates are long, so there's a lot of push and pull in the map. So it's taking an area, creating pressure towards another area, and either going back to where you inserted or executing towards the other side. It's a lot of push and pull because it's a big map, so there can be a lot of opportunities for the defense to walk into spots, to group and be main and walk, or they're trapped towards one of the inserts. So a lot of potential of the defense to be kind of flexible around that, but I think most of the teams just default towards that kind of A fight, because that was what was traditional for that kind of old Lotus playstyle.
Yeah, I mean, Lotus, a massive test in an elimination best of one like this, right? 3 sites means rotations are everything. Mid control, decides that round tempo, and teams that read each other faster, gain those huge advantages. And, this is a map where one correct read can, win you the entire round instantly. And, Synthesia, Devotion, starting on defense, that's a very strong statement, right? I mean, they get the first control of rotations, they can set early defensive setups across A, B, and C, and they force Solar X to prove their attack structure immediately under elimination pressure. They're saying, break us first if you can. Fast, Lotus in a best of one elimination match is already intense, but starting on defense can really set the tone early. Do you think Cindy might try to play aggressive early info defense, or do you think they stay super structured and force Solar X into mistakes?
I mean, it really depends on what they run. So if they're running kind of more of a traditional kind of Viper, they might be playing a little bit more passive, just because you don't have the ability to stall as easily towards the other side, so you still need the ability to come back and help your Viper. But if they're playing something like a Vice, there's no reason for Sid to feel afraid of just leaving their Vice on an island with his thorns and his wall, just to kind of solo towards that side and let your pack just kind of roam around or fight wherever they want, whether that be towards C or towards A. Usually, like I said, towards A. But we'll see if they run the Vice, you'll see a lot of aggressive fights, and you'll see a lot of gambles out of Sin, hopefully. But if they run the Viper, we'll see a lot more passive setups, just because they can't gamble as heavy. They don't have the stall towards the weak side.
Yeah, I mean, everything is set, right? Synthesia, Devotion versus Solar X. But, we might take a quick 5-minute break. I believe one of the players is still in a comp game, so we will be back soon. But, don't go anywhere. Elimination match coming up. So, one team survives and one team's run ends here. So stay tuned. We won't go anywhere. All right, everyone, we are back, and just to do a little recap, and we're looking at Synesthesia's Devotion, and they've to defend on the map Lotus, and that's a pretty important detail because it tells us they want control of structure, and they get to set the tone across all three sides, and they get to dictate aggressive or they want their info play to be. And on the other side, SolarX on attack, so they're going to need a very clean opening, and you can't afford those messy executes on Lotus. Spacing has to be correct, utility timing has to be coordinated fast. What are we expecting to see in this? Finally we're getting finally getting into the game now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a wait, bit of a complication, but I think one of the main things we're going to see is now focusing kind of towards the attack is I think maybe being able to punish early setups, like early aggressive setups, could lead into Synesthesia playing kind of more of a passive kind of setup, and then they start taking more space, and SolarX can kind of momentum from there. So I think picking defense is a double-edged sword. If you start off like quite well and your setups are working, then you can get a lot of value off it. But if you get punished once and then you get scared of holding those lines, or you get scared of taking those fights, it can really bite you in the ass. Like it can really screw you over. So it's a balancing act. It's making sure that you're playing aggressive enough to where you're comfortable in your setups, but also not too aggressive to the point that you get punished for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I absolutely agree with you there. I mean, your timing has to be perfect, right? The coordination, your duelists need to create that space without overextending. And because, if you lose those early fights on attack, defenders like Cindy are going to lock down sites very, very quickly and punish those rotations before you can even reset. And now as we head into agent select, this is where, we start to get that real clarity on how both teams want to approach this elimination match. On Lotus, you typically expect strong initiator presence, and that is exactly what we're seeing, right? We're seeing Fade from both sides of the team.
I mean, yeah, Fade's a staple for this map. Fade, Omen, two picks are basically guaranteed locked in when you're seeing Lotus. I mean, Omen's really good for breaking up A. The blind's perfect for this map. It looks like it was made to fit this map. And all the smokes are just really nice. It can cover both sides from B, and also the perfect size for like that A choke point. And they last quite a long time. So Omen's a really good pick for this map. Fade's really good because all the eye lineups are really nice. The dogs are really good in clearing towards stuff like C, and re-clearing towards tree and areas like that. The doors. So Fade's become a staple for this map just because of how good she is at re-clearing that information, gathering that information in the mid round, even towards B on the defense as well. Very good. The thing that I was kind of debating at the start was Viper versus Vice, but it doesn't seem like there's going to be much of a debate. There's two Vipers coming out for both the defense and the attack. Yeah, so Viper, like I said, you have to play a little bit more passive on the defense, just because you can't really play into that super kind of aggressive Senti. That would be the case for SolarX, but if you look at the side of Synesthesia, they're actually running the chamber, which enables them to play kind of aggressive towards usually that C space, the kind of iconic TP towards Waterfall. It does kind of limit the options when it comes to taking stuff, because they don't have that second duelist or maybe even a second initiator when it comes to like a breach or something like that. But they do have that option to play aggressive on their Senti side, which makes it so that their strong side can play aggressive and on those angles and fight those lines with the confidence that if they go towards the other side, they can at least get the info, or they can get a pick towards there.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the comps here, I mean, we have Cindy. I mean, they're playing this like a controlled trap, right? Gather that info, slow the hit, and punish the rotations. I mean, you have that chamber, adding that extra layer of punish potential. You know, holding those long angles, anchoring sights, and taking first pick fights when SolarX overstep. But look at the other side here. I mean, we have the waylay and add, you know, a very aggressive dual focus layer. You know, designed to take early fights, you know, and open that space. You know, leaning towards more attempt and aggression, while we are more about that control and punishment. So, you know, this is actually a very interesting Lotus matchup because, you know, both teams have that Fade Omen, Viper, you know, have that core control. You know, both teams can execute layered sight hits, and, you know, the difference is how they enter that space. You know, Cindy, Chamber, plus that structure, so punishing those mistakes, and you have SolarX, Neon plus that waylay, you're forcing space through that aggression. So this is control versus chaos disguised as structure. Who do you think has the stronger team comp here?
I mean, they're both really good for the sides they're on. I mean, starting on attack, you really want that double duelist kind of aggressive site take, and it's good for breaking kind of the crosshairs and the setups of the chamber. Double duelist, quite a good dive. You have the options to go aggressive towards any side. Whereas in Devotion, they have the ability to play aggressive info lines so they can spot the double duelist early and be able to be there so that they can either flood or they can stop the double duelist really early and not let them get that much value off their dive.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so too. I mean, Fast, this feels like a real tug of war between, you know, structured play, explosive aggression, especially, you know, with the Neon and Waylay on SolarX's side. So, I mean, this chamber setup, you know, gives them enough stability, I think, to hold back those fast hits. But, you know, it could go both ways. You know, SolarX's tempo could definitely break through too quickly on a map like Lotus. So we definitely starting here with a very, very quick, looks like a B fight here. We do have a little bit of ulti happening on the side of as well, but we have Yoppy taking out Sirius immediately from the get-go. But, you know, could still see more. I mean, we're getting a little bit of action here, a lot of fighting on the side of A. I mean, everyone is flooding in right here. A lot of youth till throwing from side to side. No one able to get any interactions here. I mean, Glaceon taking out Archetype. Sleepy's gonna go down to Gamble. Nash getting taken out. I mean, what a free for all we do have though. I mean, SolarX gonna take the first round of this match.
I mean, you touched on it at the start of the last round. Just absolute aggression. They got into there immediately after the blind was done. They just flooded back site as 4, and it was a player after player after player, and they're gonna be very draining if you're that one person holding onto back site or that one person drop trying to get that one pick. It's impossible. They're just flooding onto them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just looking here, I mean, Archetype all the way into C already, flooding in. No one quite making any permanent decisions. Serious, holding in this angle, taking out Tor with an amazing headshot there. Flooding in to a tree here. Glaceon considering whether or not to fight this. Maybe back out here next to his team instead. I mean, Albry is gonna get this Prowler out, not quite getting too much info there. I mean, they're just playing with this tree door here. Revolving door. I mean, Sid and Deej is definitely just gonna be hearing this over and over again, quite confused into what is going on. We are going to get onto Psyche and Maxi, already clearing most of it, faking this plant noise here.
30 seconds left.
Again, 20 seconds left on the clock here. We have Glaceon making that first contact there. Albry getting taken down. We have Viper getting taken down as well. Glaceon does get traded out. That's gonna 2v3 situation. Sirius meeting a similar
Last player
fate.
standing.
Archetype taking out Gamble Nats with a bucket to the face before getting traded out by Maxi and Sleepy. Gonna get a similar demise there by Yoppy. So SolarX gonna take that second round.
Yeah, they take it, but it was a bit scary. I mean, nice shots out of Sirius. Archetype able to get one with that Bucky after that long flank. They made it a bit antsy out of the SolarX players. But I mean, SolarX able to stabilize it. They knew where they wanted to go in the end, and they just executed onto A after losing that initial pick as well.
Go, go, go!
Yeah, so
We're good.
I mean, pretty good comeback here. I mean, goodness gracious, be a fast lane being chucked. He back to back. Maxi taking out Archetype. So first one going to be taken out. 11 4v5. I mean, taking that A space. High risk, high reward. Didn't quite work out there for Cindy. Heading in for a tree fight here. A little bit of altercation happening. I mean, again, playing around with this tree door. Confusing Cindy a little bit.
Oh, Viper.
Just in case, yeah, Gamble Nats taking out Sirius on the other side of the map. Albury getting taken out by Yoppy. In a 2v5 situation, this is looking pretty rough for Cindy. I mean, again, playing around with this door, but look at this huge pivot over to the C. I mean, we have Gamble Nats all the way up into CT here, so the entire site is free for SolarX to get a clean plant down. That's exactly what's going to happen. All left up to Sleepy and 220 holding this angle. I mean, looks like we're going for a very, very slow retake. I mean, you're down numbers, you're down in strategies. Sticking together, holding hands into waterfall. I mean, yeah, Glaceon, they're gonna meet their demise. Maxi too suddenly looks pretty winnable in a 2v3 situation. Time though, not on their side. Yoppy is gonna get taken out, but I mean, getting that trade. Amble Nats all left to Sleepy now with a fake TP, but not gonna be enough to trick SolarX. SolarX on their third round in a row to open up this map.
Yeah, good stuff coming out of SolarX. Able to secure the bonus. Just an amazing look out of Gamble Nats. He was able to get fully up C and kill the chamber on the rotate.
Yeah. I mean, just looking pretty good here. We are looking at a little bit of a prod pull. But how well SolarX is doing right now. What indeed he can use this time, maybe change up some strategy you recommend if you were their coach.
I mean, I'd recommend just getting on that C line. I think stopping the ability for them to lurk is really important. I think getting this chamber on the A line, he's gonna get forced off too often. They have so much. They have the wall. They have the dash. They have a lot to force chamber off the A line. So it's not gonna be that valuable getting him on here. It's gonna be way more valuable just playing to have some maybe an aggressive A control or just some passive A control, and stopping them from being able to lurk towards C, and really trapping them in there. If you trap them towards A, you know exactly where they're going, and then you're able to hold onto the side of A, and just control it.
Yeah, I mean, I think I absolutely agree for that as well. But you know, do you think that this? I mean, SolarX has opted for no Sentinel agent comp here, so do you think Cindy's chamber, you know, gives them enough stability, or do you think SolarX's tempo is just gonna break through too quickly? I mean, just based off this, I think that might be the latter.
I mean, yeah, it does look like the no Cinty is paying out more for SolarX, but we're just gonna have to see going into these kind of later rounds to see if maybe getting the chamber off online, getting some of these offlines might be a bit more valuable. You might get some swing rounds out of there and leave this half tying it up potentially 6-6. I mean, if they're able to swing a lot of momentum off their ults, or even off chamber getting it off, you could see some crazy stuff happen this half. Bigger swing leads have happened in Lotus. It's quite a momentum shift of a map.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree too. I mean, I've seen some reverse sweeps happen on Lotus. I mean, personally, Lotus is my favorite map as well. We've seen it many, many times, but also my favorite map to play as well. But looks like we're live. We're heading right back into the pressure, into the intense matchup here. Looks like getting a little bit of a confrontation here on the side of A and B. Albury taking out Gamble Nats immediately, so gonna get that gun upgrade. Archetype though needs to watch your back. Maxi gonna take him out. I mean, having that saturate is not going to be good for them. I mean, we're on the side of B now, reverting back. That's in a 4v4 situation. I mean, we do have Yoppy all the way up into A main here. So, I mean, earning a lot of space for his team, but might meet Sirius. I mean, very, very close. Gets so far, it's just up to who wants to overextend first. I mean, Yoppy all the way up into CT. Might catch Sleepy off guard here. Never know. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of action coming here. Now, I mean, we do have the toughest going on. Again, looks like
30
we're in
seconds
a little bit
left.
of a stalemate. Nothing quite happening. 30 seconds left on the clock. So, I mean, Solar X really needs to make a decision. Oh my goodness, we're walking straight into Maxi. They're gonna take out Sleepy. So left in a 3v4 situation, not as winnable. Yoppy using that conflict to take
10
Sirius
seconds
out,
left.
but it's gonna get traded out by Albury. I mean, left with his pants down.
Spike
Albury's gonna
planted.
catch him off guard. Spike finally planted. I mean, still winnable in a 2v3 situation. I mean, all of the players have those rifles online. Tiger on their side. So Cindy definitely gonna have to
One
hurry up
enemy
here
remaining.
in this retake. Glaceon taking out Albury. All left up to 2-2-0. Will be able to get one finally on the board for Cindy. I mean, a 1v3 situation that is hard, and Maxi with that A gonna close the 4th round for Solar X in a row.
Yeah, good round out of them. They're able to find once again the walk onto C. That's going to be a big problem for Sin if they can't plug that hole. They really need to post either the chamber towards there or keep the Viper towards that side. Because they can't leave that hole open for the rest of the map. They're just going to keep on getting punished on it. I mean, this has happened twice now where someone walked up into Waterfall and killed the guy rotating back towards C.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
I mean, this is not looking good for Cindy whatsoever. I mean, here we have everyone scaling up on the C mount here. This is looking pretty rough. I mean, 2 is just getting pushed all the way back into Waterfall. Not looking too good here. I mean,
Spike
Archetype
planted.
is all the way up into CT, trying to re-clear all this space for his team. I mean, we don't know if they've already come up all the way into here. I mean, Yoppy before was already all the way into stairs without anyone knowing. So Archetype here taking this extra time to re-clear these angles.
Gotta go.
Is a good
Take this.
Good decision. Looks like we're finally getting this retake here. Nightfall coming out from the side of Tor. I mean, Archetype already onto the spiky, hidden in the smoke, but Yoppy gonna catch him out. Albury going down 2. Glaceon getting traded. Alba Sleepy getting 2 here. In 3v2 situation. Time is not on Cindy's side.
Remaining.
Yeah, and we're just gonna take it out. But
How'd you
Gamble
think that
Nats
was
and
gonna
Maxi just sweeping up the rest of that team. Maxi gonna die to the spike explosion there, but Gamble Nats making it out unscathed.
Nice
4 to
TP
5.
from Sleepy. Nice TP from
Yeah.
Sleepy, able to find us too. But I mean, that pick on them is a crucial one. 2-2-0 had the read that the Viper was going to be lurking through Waterfall, but really needed that pick on the main guy. And I mean, after that main guy's the guy contesting main instead, you really can't do much. Maxi and Gamble Nats really clean sweep up for that round.
Yeah, for sure. Again, looking like we're pretty spread thin, actually. Looking a little bit like a fake situation. Serious, getting quite a bit of damage tipped off there. I mean, one shot there onto Yoppie, but not quite enough. Glaceon with an Odin taking out Albury. What a horrible way to go out. I don't think Glaceon there. No, Glaceon definitely saw Archetype. Again, with the Odin taking him out. I mean, in a judge, Odin 1v1 that far away. The Odin is definitely going to come out on top. So in a 3v5 situation now. Guns disadvantage. Not looking too winnable here for the side of Sin. I mean, I'm pretty sure they know someone is here. Sleepy being seized. Yoppie holding this angle. I mean, this dark cover is definitely not gonna hold on for much longer. Paranoia coming out. Yoppie taking out Sirius, getting traded. Loud there. Paranoia, this could be huge. Not quite. Torn being taken out. Glaceon as well, but Maxi once again. Lead that back for his team, leading the rest of Sin D up 0-6. This is looking even rougher than the previous matchup we had, Foss.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a body shooting from Maxi there. I mean, they're feeling it. They're getting active, and you can see, like what I said, if you get punished, then you start playing a little bit more passive. You start playing a little bit more afraid, and teams will just roll you if you start doing that, right? You can't let your gas run out before the race.
Yeah, definitely not. We do have Tour de Force. We have Tour de Force behind those, so could go well. Sin D here. I mean, Sirius is a serious threat on the side. Tour de Force, cast a curse, just had to miss that shot while we were on him. Unfortunate. Looks like SolarX already all the way. On to C, has full control. Sleepy, you do not want to walk right into this Odin. Not gonna be good for you. Sirius taking the brunt of that gun. Sleepy as well. Glaceon with that 2k. Will he at 3 is the question. 46 HP left. 2-2-0 has a big shoes to fill. Gamble now taking an Archetype. 2-2-0 getting a 2k here. Suddenly making it even a 2v2 situation. Very, very winnable.
Enemy remaining.
The side of Sin D. 2-2-0 getting a 3k. All left for Yoppie.
One enemy remaining.
Oh hell, taking that Albury. All he needs to do is spray in this smoke. But 2-2-0 gonna get that 4k. And with 1 second remaining on the clock, gonna get that defuse as well, earning Sin D their first round on the board.
I mean, I was gonna say it looked lost as soon as the chamber died without getting any value on the that was 2 shots that the chamber could have punished SolarX on, but thank God for 2-0. He's fragging out there. I think it was a 4k for him to get the first round, and sometimes that's what you need. Sometimes you just need a hero play to get your team motivated, to get your team back into it.
Yeah, looks like Viper's Pit immediately coming out there from 2-2-0 on the side of C, but that's going to be the wrong side. Albury taking out Gamble Nats. Sleepy getting taken out soon. Yoppie getting that trade onto Albury there. Glaceon needs to be clearing your corners. Archetype gonna use that relay bolt, but hits himself, so Max is gonna capitalize on that mistake. Taking a 2v3 situation now. Sirius gonna meet your demise there on the back side. All left after 2-2-0. I mean, having to abandon that Viper's Pit, unfortunately on the wrong side of the map. And in 1v3 retake, I mean, we've seen it before. I mean, last round already, the 4k clutch. But this might not be so easy. Yoppie gonna catch him out there, but gets taken out in a 1v2 situation. Pretty winnable still. I mean, time still available. But Tor using Maxi there as a little bit of bait takes him out. Is 1-7. This is looking pretty rough for Sin D.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of tragic. No timeouts being used, which is quite interesting. I mean, they've been down 7 rounds. They really need to bring this half back however they can. But it just looks like whatever Synesthesia do, even if they get a pick, even if they find a way to get into the round, that SolarX's just ability to find individual frags is just so much better.
Definitely. Yeah, that's for Sure, again, it looks like we're having two fights here on two different sides of the map. Overdrive coming out from Archetype, taking out Gamble Nats. Triple 2-0, getting taken out 2 on the other side. 4v4 situation. Archetype again with another kill and another on the Maxi. Will we get a fourth? No, he gets shut down by Glaceon, but Sleepy gonna be there to back him up with almost a flawless there, unfortunately. But it's indeed their second round.
Yeah, nice round. Once again, it was based off like kind of just a person going out there, just fragging a timeout coming out from the attack. That is not something I would personally time out for. Maybe there was a breakdown of comms, or they weren't really aware of what they were fighting, which makes sense. But I think it really came down to Archetype just finding his way through A-Man and really fighting into it. Not being afraid of, or backing down of the Solarix players that have been bullying them on those angles. Just really taking it and then going even further and fighting with his team. His team was there, right there with him. As soon as he died, he was on a 3K. As soon as he died, he got traded by 2 picks by Sleepies. That's something you need out of Synesthesia. You can't be afraid to take these fights. Maxi's 13-3, sure, but it doesn't mean he's unkillable. He's died 3 times, at least, so he's being killed 3 times. You need to be able to be willing to take those fights with your team and be willing to extend into those aggressive angles if you're Synesthesia. Get your momentum back now. You're forced a timeout. Now you need to start winning rounds.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, a massive stop from SolarX. You know, not just taking those sites, they're definitely breaking Devotion structure before it even forms. But again, getting back into the game here, and we'll see if that timeout really did work for them. Yoppie taking out Sirius right out from the gate. Paranoia, earning him a very clean getaway. Unscathed. 4v5 situation. Yeah, looks sleepy. Gonna be able to get out of there too with that shrouded step. Seems a little bit dangerous still in a 4v5 situation. Doesn't look like SolarX is quite able to break through Devotion's defense just yet. But, you know, we've seen many unexpected things happen. Again, looks pretty slow. Definitely opting in for the C this time. But Archetype is here. Ready. So is 2220. Look how slow we're playing. I mean, just
face your fear.
The intensity coming up now. Nightfall coming out from Tor. Glaceon gets immediately shut down though by Archetype. So even now, 4v4 situation. Looking like a bit of a retake here. Viper's Pit coming out from SolarX. Archetype is gonna get taken out there by Tor. 22-0, meeting a similar fate. I mean, Synesthesia Devotion just not being able to get a good and clean retake there. SolarX being able to get their 8th round.
Yeah, a good read from SolarX at the start. They played passive, they waited for the aggressive push because they knew that Synesthesia wanted it out of that timeout. They feel that Synesthesia just wanted it right off that momentum and get more picks. And so they slowed it down, which is exactly what you should be doing out of that timeout. Now, I assume they're going to be playing really aggressive towards this A site because Synesthesia feeling a bit low after losing after that timeout.
Yeah, again here, we're seeing a little bit of a tree fight here. I mean, it's all left up to Albury to hold down A site. Stole enough time for his teammates to show up. Prowler is going to catch him out to someone who is at A backside. And Sirius here on the side of Drop. Going to be able to help out. Albury doesn't get taken out there. Sirius is going to be stuck here in Drop. Taken out by Maxi.
One enemy remaining.
Zero is going to get him, but get out immediately. No left up to Archetype. And Glacier flies right into Archetype.
Last round before the switch.
Takes him out again. looking like a very similar situation to the last matchup we've had. I mean, it's the exact same scoreline right now, 9-2 behind the SolarX.
Maybe Anastasia getting this last round, but this Neon with the Odin and Maxi on the Waylay have been a real problem for Synesthesia. I mean, they can't kill them. They've been too good playing off each other, and they're able to just take the space and get so many picks unpunished, and that just makes it so easy for their team to play off.
Yeah, that is for sure. Look at another tree fight here. Glaceon does get relay bolted, but that is not enough. Maxi is there to back him up. Sleep and Albury get immediately taken out. So does Sirius. We might see a flaw here. Both overdrives being proxy by Glaceon. All left up to 2-2-0. Didn't clear the corner. Glaceon gonna get taken out, but Yoppie is right there to trade it out. And same score as last time. 10-2.
Switching sides.
This is pretty rough for Devotion.
I mean, yeah, if you're Devotion, you're really looking for that defense half to start strong, get your chamber, maybe a few picks, but now he's 2-11. He's not able to get online because he's been shut down by the really aggressive duelists, Maxi and Glaceon. They've been able to pick apart the setup really easily of Synesthesia. There's not much, it looks like they're doing it with so much ease that I'm surprised that they didn't win 12-0.
Yeah, I mean, there are some rounds where, you know, Devotion are just a little bit more put together. They got those 2 rounds, and if they don't count them out just yet, we might see a little bit of a miracle happen. You know, but looks like getting a big fight. He's seriously really getting taken out, but Tor not expecting there to be another 2-2-0 taking him out. But the rest of SolarX gonna clean up the rest of Devotion again. Yeah, I mean, Solar is gonna be on 11 now, even with the site change. Not looking good here for Devotion.
I mean, what is that setup? They have a high
One
low,
enemy
the
remaining.
Neon who is a
Spike
shorty,
down,
baiting
C.
for an Omen who's up top, and they find 3 off that, and that neither of them get killed. Both of them were stunned by the relay bolt, and I think blinded by the dog as well. And they've managed to find all 3 with neither of them getting killed. It genuinely feels like SolarX, no matter what they've been doing, they just don't get punished. I mean, Glaceon, you'll be finding 2 there is crazy. Glaceon finding the first with a shorty is insane. I don't even know. What can you do if you're Synesthesia? Like, it's just rough. You're just losing these fights that you really should be winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're in a really good situation, and you just lose it.
I mean, for SolarX, right, everything is flowing through Glaceon's aggression, right? Utility perfectly layering into those executes as well, and their attack is just looking controlled and confident, especially now they're on defense, still looking absolutely unbreakable. I mean, this is structured chaos, fast, but definitely coordinated. This is an absolutely nightmare scenario for Devotion. Not looking too good. I mean, 2 rounds away for SolarX. Saying goodbye. Devotion looks like a very big C fight. He kept taking out Archetype immediately from the get-go with the power. Looking very, very dangerous for Devotion, but again, just like their name, they're going to dedicate themselves onto this map. Sirius is taking Glaceon out immediately for the 4 here. Still even across the board. Sleepy gonna take out Yoppie there. So now they have the numbers advantage, but you know, Sirius and Sleepy being very, very low on HP, so they might as well just be one person. There still could be anyone's game. Look at this big flank here. Looks like they read it though. Tall gonna get taken out by Sleepy. Stinging to the face. Gamble now. It's gonna be a similar fate. And Sleepy with that 3K going to sweep up the rest of the team, earning Devotion their 3rd round. This is finally looking a little bit different from the last matchup we saw, Frost.
I mean, they got 1 more than 2. They got 1 more than 2. I mean, This is still a really tall task to ask of them.
One enemy
They've got it to 3. They can easily get this to 4, but getting it past, I think, 7 or 8 is really where it starts to become winnable. You can't let them get to 12.
I'll find you.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It looks like we're opting in for a different approach, going for A this time. We have two lurkers up to B, holding for anyone who wants to fight them. Going up slow, so they make contact. But contact is not what SolarX is going to give them. I mean, Tor playing pretty far back here, waiting for them to make that decision. Oh, they're just gonna crunch in on him. Maybe gonna take out Tor there. And gonna get B-side absolutely for free. 2-2-0 still inserted into A. They're gonna take out Yoppy. Looking pretty good here for the side of Devotion. 5-3 players left. I mean, everyone is still pretty spread out though on the side of SolarX. This could be a pretty dangerous retake if they take it so split up. Everyone on a different angle. And especially on this save, not many guns available here. Ooh, looks like, again, we're playing pretty safe here. Archetype taking out Gambled Nats. 2 players remaining on the side of SolarX. But it looks like they're not going to give any ult orbs here for the side of Devotion. They might opt into this to die to the bomb instead. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Earning Devotion their 4th round.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, the main part of that is SolarX didn't actually die to them. They don't build up their ults, but they make sure that Synesthesia don't build up their ults for this upcoming round or the round after this. Because one thing that can really shift maps is ult momentum. I mean, if you get this Fade ult online, you get the Viper ult online, you can really start to change the map. I mean, like I said, you get up to 8 rounds, it starts looking a little bit winnable. The round deficit is only 3. So just making sure that they can limit the opportunities that Synesthesia get to get these orbs.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what they're definitely going to be planning here. But unfortunately, SolarX are going to be able to buy this time, so it won't be as easy as it was last round. Again, all the way inserted into here. But it looks like SolarX going to be taking a lot of space. Triple Hero taking a gamble. Nads on the other side though, so this lurk definitely being able to be utilized here, but they do know that he is there. So Sirius gonna come back to help 2-2-0 out. It looks like they've just been timing there, unfortunately, for Maxi. Not gonna see a little fight here. But look at this. I mean, everyone is just unbreakable, ready to make this play, and that is exactly what they're gonna do. Noppy is going to get taken out there by Sleepy. I mean, poor thing, just stuck in Hobbit. Tor is gonna be a similar fate, so does Maxi, all left up.
30 seconds left.
I mean, on link
Spike planted.
in a 1v5 situation, so it's an ace, or Devotion is gonna get their 5th round. What is it going to be? I mean, we have the judge on line here for Glaceon. So not the best gun here for a retake, exactly, in a 1v5 situation. Very, very slowly creeping their way up onto Link. But again, I'm pretty sure they're just gonna opt in here to die. They're the Spike, taking Sirius out with them before they do. But looks like we're just running away there, getting a Phantom before getting a little bit there. So Devotion again, gonna get another round here. What's that, like three rounds in a row here for the side of Devotion?
I mean, yeah, maybe a little bit of nerves building up on the SolarX camp. But I think the main thing was that was kind of like a blink and you miss it round. I mean, immediately they just burst into B with a lot of aggression. That's kind of what's worked for Sin. Like just this 4-man, 3-man kind of pack and really picking aggressively at one or two players of SolarX that are just kind of caught off guard.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, look at here. Spike is dropped on the side of C, but majority of Team Devotion is going to be all the way up onto A rubble there. So looking like definitely a bit of a fake. And we're having both Archetype and Sleepy staying very, very low. Trying to not get caught out here. But again, I mean, everyone looks pretty passive at the moment, not wanting to make that first mistake, not wanting to take that first contact unless absolutely necessary. It looks like we're definitely going for a B, maybe towards C, but yeah, definitely looking like a B fight. The Prowlers at the ready, fighting Maxi in the face there, but you know, gonna use that door all the way, swinging on to the side. Glaceon and Yoppy gonna be here to guard it. Is it gonna be enough is the question. Glaceon takes an Hubbery, but Yoppy gonna get taken out as well by Archetype. Tall gonna be in a similar fate. 3 players left on the side of Solar X. Maxi gonna take an Archetype, but does get traded up by 222.
10 seconds left.
All left.
Spike
the Gamble
planted.
Nats and Glaceon. I mean, both very strong players. 222 beating the demise. Sleepy. Gonna get taken up by Glaceon 2 for 3K. Are we gonna see a 4th? Is the question. Yes, we are. Glaceon with an amazing clutch again. Absolute aggression, putting a stop to that round 3 for Devotion, earning them their 12th round.
Match
I
point.
mean, it was the battle of the two Neons. Glaceon able to get the better of his counterpart. Archetype was able to open up the site. Was able to pick off the Omen and then get one more fighting towards, I think it was Waterfall.
Too slow.
But it doesn't really matter. Glaceon on the retake was able to just pick off the Viper and the Omen. 2 very nice shots and just finish off the round, cleaning up after Gamonets for 1 tap.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Looking at this, I mean, we're trying to take that A space and make them hesitate a little bit more, but they're going to be all the way scaled up onto speed now. Gamble Nats being the only one to the side here, but Glaceon with a very, very fast rotation here in that high gear. Not wasting any time to help his teammate Archetype, taking out Yoppy immediately. But are we going to see an overdrive here from the side of Glaceon? We just by everyone funneling into CT. Gamble Nats getting 2, Glaceon getting 1. Wasn't a great idea there for Devotion. 1 person remaining. The MVP is just not enough. That is going to be it. Glaceon getting this final defuse. I mean, that is it. Solar X
Defenders
in
win.
a dominant fashion. I mean, a clean 13-5 victory, and they stay alive in the Group C lower bracket. I mean, fast. That was closer than last matchup, but still an absolute sweep there. I mean, definitely not a close elimination match, but that was definitely a statement survival win.
I mean, let's be honest. Not many maps are as dominant as the last map, the first map that we casted. This map, although it's a 13-5, there was still a lot of good rounds out of Sin. Like they weren't getting completely tossed around. They still had a fighting chance in a few of the rounds. I'm gonna be honest, on the defense, it was definitely looking a bit iffy. What on the attack? I think if they started the attack, honestly, they could have had a really good chance of that map. They had actually a really good identity on attack. They grouped up, they fought really well. They lost that retake to Glaceon getting a 4K, but he was just on after playing his attack half. Him and Maxi were just on after that attack half, so it's really hard to stop them when they have that momentum.
I mean, it's just easy to just looking at the scoreboard here. I mean, 22-10 for Glaceon, 330 ACS with Maxi following very close there with a 274 ACS, 19, only 7 deaths, which is absolutely insane in an 18 round long match. I mean, props to, 222 as well, being the MVP of his team there. 17-14 with a 272 ACS, so still pretty good. But in the end, Solar X just had the upper hand there.
Yeah, I mean, that's all that. all that happened. I mean, it's two very dominant duelists, both nearing the 300 ACS point. I think Neon's quite a bit above it. And there's nothing you can do against that. I mean, two really dominant duelists on attack just ran you down, and then they only need to clean up 3 rounds on their defense, and it's pretty easy to do that.
Yeah, I mean, again, SolarX survived the Group C lower bracket, best of 1, so they're going to move forward. I'm pretty sure that means Synthesis Devotion are eliminated from the TXG circuit. Correct me if I'm wrong then. SolarX do it in a commanding fashion. 13-5. They keep their TXG circuit run alive. So, do you have any closing statements before we say goodbye to stream?
I mean, good luck to all the teams that we didn't cast, or the teams that we did cast. SolarX, hope they make a good lower bracket run. My boys at Horizon, I hope they do quite well after that dominant first game. And the teams we didn't cast, the teams we didn't get to, hopefully we get to them later in the tournament. The teams that we didn't get to, we'll get to you guys in later tournaments. It was a pleasure being here. I really enjoy casting these things and getting in here and just yapping, because it's fun to do.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure being here.
Yeah, we'll wrap up that matchup. So shout out to everyone behind the scenes for making we have TJ on production, keeping everything running smoothly all day despite the hiccups. We have Blood Ranger on OBS as well, making sure the broadcast looks clean and professional from start to finish. Amazing observing there. And of course, you Vast for casting alongside me. Always a pleasure sharing the mic and breaking down the action with you. And thank you everyone as well for watching the TXG circuit. Day 1, action doesn't stop here. We've still got more games, more pressure, and more elimination Valorant coming up. So, we'll see you in the next one. Stay cracked, stay kind. GG, well played.